All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Worcester Council Theater 3000. We're going to bring up right now who's feed on Instagram. This is a live feed of the speakers going on before this weekend starts. So we'll just look at this for a little bit. Bill should be down there shortly. Chat.
And all of city council, including Mayor Petty, must take action to stop this behavior from proliferating without consequence. We demand an immediate public apology from the council. The inclusion of LGBTQIA+ people in Worcester's government means nothing if the population and its governance choose to actively participate in homophobia, transphobia, and racism. Merrill Carlson lacks the respect and decorum needed for public office. It's ridiculous that this even needs to be said. That's our statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are going to, it's me, okay. Pull up my notes. Do I sound like Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch that.
Theater kid.
Yeah.
All right. So, hello, City of Worcester, and folks who have come out to support us. And especially today, I'm holding the queer and trans members of our community even closer to my heart, if that is possible. My name is Joshua Croak, and I'm the president and founder of Love Your Labels. We are an organization that creates affirming, loving space for queer and trans young people and community to explore identity, art, fashion, and through art, fashion, and design while building community. And I have called Worcester my home for 14 years. It is the place I have chosen as home and the longest place I have lived by choice in my life. So I'm here speaking as a resident of this community. And I am proud to stand here and say that I am queer as hell. As a non-binary person, my solidarity with Councilor Nguyen comes from a deeply rooted personal place. It comes from experiences of being othered, misgendered, and pushed aside by family, by colleagues, by people who seek to reduce us to less than because we identify in a way that challenges something they felt they understood. And my privilege as a white person in our country shields me from truly understanding the intersectional nature of oppressions that is Councilor Nguyen's experience, along with so many other people in our community, which makes my empathy, our empathy, as ever more necessary tools to demand from our city that we do better. Our struggles are intersectional, and we cannot disconnect transphobia from racism, from classism, from ableism, from all the isms that have been constructed to separate us from systems of power that have no interest in us finding collective paths to realize true change together. Many of the public statements from Councilor Nguyen's colleagues deflect from taking responsibility by calling into question their attendance or performance as a councilor, which exposes a level of ignorance that should not be acceptable for people elected to represent the residents of Worcester. If someone reports harassment, mistreatment, or discrimination in their workplace and their manager responds with, well, you missed 2 days of work last week, we would find that absurd. An accusation of discrimination should always prompt us to call for a thorough and transparent investigation and an outcome that holds people accountable for their role in causing harm. I don't need to agree with every action or position of elected officials or anyone in order to stand up here today and loudly proclaim that I stand in solidarity with Councilor Nguyen and their right to be treated with dignity and respect that should be afforded to every individual in our community. If these allegations are verified, or maybe not, specifically related to the dehumanizing nature of a colleague referring to Councilor Nguyen as it, then the City of Worcester, our elected officials, should have a clear and transparent process for how elected officials are held accountable. Let me be clear, calling a non-binary person it is a slur that shows a clear lack of respect for the individual and their humanity. It is racist, it is transphobic, and our counselors need to be held accountable. What has surprised me over the past week is the lack of clarity from elected officials, the lack of clarity that's been provided to residents regarding any processes that are in place to protect elected representatives of this community when such allegations are brought forward, and how we hold them to account for such behavior. However, and this may be the most important thing I share tonight, however, even if city leadership and the city council don't hold people accountable, we, the residents of this city, can certainly hold them accountable by showing up at the ballot box in November. Local elections, local advocacy, and your local community is the most precious responsibility that we have in the time we are living in right now. Register to vote, get your friends registered to vote, get involved in local elections. Rob Bellotta, who ran against the current District 2 City Councilor in our last election, lost by only 164 votes. Let's pay attention, folks. It is our responsibility to be informed, involved, and in community with each other. We need to practice community, nurture community, be in community right now, maybe more than ever. And to be in community means to have difficult conversations, to work together, grow together, change together, hold each other accountable. To be in community means treating each other with dignity, care, and respect. I stand in solidarity with Councilor Nguyen, honor their desire to take time for rest and healing, and ask our elected leaders to take their claims of discrimination seriously and commit to fostering a city council culture rooted in human dignity and respect. Thank you.
All right, folks, we have a slight tech issue. We're just gonna step away for one moment. We're gonna stop and restart the stream. So jump on Two's Instagram for a minute if you want to follow the next speaker, and we will be back momentarily. Thank you.